That's what you think. But it doesn't look much like Seattle in here, I have to tell you. Ah, it's fine out there. I was sure glad to get the fuck out of that place.
Me too.
So, oh, you were there too?
I grew up.
I didn't see it. Oh. So I'm gonna tune. Yeah, I got a tune. So, and if I seem a little hazy, it's just because I've been following your laws. And
Yes.
I like them.
Damn right.
All right. There it is. That's close enough.
Close enough.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
I don't go to church on Sunday. I don't go to work on Monday. I sleep until I wake up. Whiskey in my coffee cup. I'll take what the good Lord gave. That's a shovel that gets my grave. I never really had a plan. Everybody knows just where I stand. And all my friends I see, this ain't kinda crazy, is it? There's more colors than red and blue to paint the elephant in the room. We kiss alone about that and this. There's always another ass to kiss, but I believe that freedom reigns. I believe in the songs we sing. I have a funny way to see of what the world might someday be. Why can't they just let it be? This ain't kinda crazy, is it? There ain't a single thing we own to take with us when we're gone. So I'll just walk the earth a while, lend a hand and leave a smile. Who knows how the whole thing ends? You can't tell me where or when, so I'll just pray that when I'm done, I'll meet the Father and the Son. And if I'm right there with me, the same kind of crazy as me, yeah. There ain't a single thing we own to take with us when we're gone. So I'll just walk time I ever like went on a real tour that wasn't like around Texas or right around where I lived. It was up here. I came out on tour with Cody Jinks and my friend Paul Cawthon. Yeah, and I remember that. You were there?
Yes.
Do you remember it?
Yes.
It was, man, I tell you what, if it wasn't for Paul Cawthon, I wouldn't remember much of it. But like, even when I was blackout drunk, that guy would do some shit and I'd remember it. Like, God damn, he is a fucking wild, wild man. Man. I have calmed quite a bit since then. I'm gonna do my I Quit Drinking song. When you're a songwriter and you quit drinking, you're entitled to one song about quitting drinking. And so,
There are plenty of California sober songs though.
well, California, that's what I am really, is California sober, I would say. As long as I'm not in fucking California, I'm happy about it. I don't have California withdrawals. 70 days without a drink, giving me a lot of time to think about this never-ending hell I go through to be well. There ain't no whiskey in my veins, I ain't numb from cocaine. I feel every last regret, and as much shame as I can get. Though you may not understand, this ain't me here where I stand. Man, I once got washed away by the blood of yesterday. But I don't sweat and I don't shake, I remember my mistakes. Yeah, today ain't been no fun, not as bad as day one. Well, everybody looks at me so strange. I bet they bet I'd never change. A heavy heart don't need a crutch. Still I want one so damn much. But I kneel down and tell myself this is up to someone else. And if that's how it's supposed to be, I'm all in, you know me. And I myself don't understand, this ain't me here where I stand. Man, I got washed away by the blood of yesterday. But I don't sweat and I don't shake, I remember my mistakes. Yeah, today ain't been no fun, not as bad as day one. And I don't feel right in my skin, it ain't awful now and then. Yeah, today ain't been no fun, but still not as bad as day one. It'll be 4 years in June. There's a lot in that song that, you know, when you write a song, you don't really necessarily want to make it all apparent. You know, it's too much. It'd be too long of a song. It's too fucking long. We only get 4 minutes maybe. But there's a line in that song where it says, "A heavy heart don't need a crutch." And my heavy heart, when I wrote that, was because I was in the midst of watching my father die of cancer. and he eventually passed away on Christmas Eve of 2022. Listen, that son of a bitch wanted us to remember him every year at Christmas and get fucking sad, and so that's when he decided to die, so he could ruin Christmas every fucking year for the rest of our lives. And here's to him, man. Well done, sir. Well done.
Here's your old man.
But I want to tell y'all about my dad for a minute. My dad was the toughest son of a bitch that ever lived. My dad volunteered to go to Vietnam because he wanted to travel. That's what they say, he wanted to travel. But my dad came back and he went to school on GI Bill, and he went to Louisiana Tech in Ruston, Louisiana, and that's where he met my mama. He was her lab instructor, but it was fun. All right, just skip that. But anyway, you know, they got married and we had this wonderful life. All my childhood, my dad had a scar going right up the back of his neck, a straight line scar going into his hairline. And he told me and my sister that it was from a grizzly bear encounter that he had, you know, not only lived to tell about, but tell us that he had killed the grizzly bear with his bare fucking hand. Nah, that was a ruptured disc surgery that he had. But I believed it, man. You just guys gotta understand, this man was so tough. And I was standing next to his coffin, and he worked for the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission for 30 years. He was a game biologist, and so there were all these game and fish guys coming in. And this guy walked up to me and he said, Ward, he said, my name's Mike Jolly. He said, I want to tell you your dad is the toughest son of a bitch that ever lived. And he said, people say that about people. And he said, but I want you to know it was true about your dad. And he said, I'll tell you how I know. He said, we were down in southern Louisiana trapping alligators. Because in Arkansas, the rednecks, they like to kill all the alligators. And Dad would have to go get more alligators in Louisiana and bring them up to the rednecks. So him and these wildlife guys were down in southern Louisiana, and he said they had trapped a 14-foot alligator, and somebody had come by, it was next to a bridge, and somebody had come by and shot that alligator in the head, but it hadn't killed it, it had only knocked its eyeball out. But it was still connected to all that shit. So that alligator was losing his shit and flailing and snapping and hissing, and he said, Ward, this weren't no baby. It was 14 feet long. It was out of control. We had to get the eye out of that alligator's head. And he said, before we could come up with a plan or do anything, your dad jumped on top of the alligator's back, crawled up on its head, ripped its eye out, jumped out. He said he did this and never said a word. But he made the shit up about the grizzly bear. Isn't that funny? What a fucking guy. We would go on vacation, we had a tape box, and there were only a few tapes in that we were allowed to listen to. No Bob Dylan. My God, he hated Bob Dylan. Fucking hippie, you know? I played in the venue where Bob Dylan played his first show, and my girlfriend broke up with me a week later, so I think that was Dad. This is one of my dad's favorite songs, and I recorded it extra special just so he'd listen to it. I hope y'all know it, hope you like it. This one's for Daddy. There must be some place wore out cowboys, broken down pickers, dreamers like me, where the cue sticks are straight and the beer's always cold and the jukebox is played Hank Williams for free. This is a really old, so this is one of the first songs I ever learned how to play when I was just a kid, 13, 14 years old when I got a guitar. And I had there's one place in town where I could play, and it was this place called the Hickory House, and it was a shitty Tuesday night. If you were in there to hear music at the Hickory House. But when I would play this song, now remember I was 14, 15 years old, and when I would sing the line about the hard-bodied young cowgirls and the too many state fair bulls and how I'd ridden them all, I could see my daddy's shoulders bounce in the back of the room. Sorry. Well, I picked my guitar till my fingers blistered, bleeding and sweat and staining my jeans. Oh, they tried to whip me. And I'm proud of my dues, and God has six strings. There must be some place wore out cowboys, them broken down kickers, dreamers like me, where the key sticks are straight. Williams for free. They'll never stay home, they're always alone, even with someone they love. He loved that song. He didn't love many songs, but he loved that song. I wanted my dad to be impressed with me. And you have to understand, this is important to understand. My daddy loved Waylon Jennings. But my dad wanted me to be George Strait. Do you understand how that fuck with a kid? And he was never impressed with me because I was never George Strait and I was never Waylon Jennings. I was just this confused fucking kid. But there was this day I knew that I was going to impress my father finally after 34, 35 years of living. No, it was 35 years. I was going to call my dad and he was going to be so proud of me. He was going to just shout and scream over the phone, and we were going to cry, and we were going to say, "We did it, Dad, we did it, we made it." And I finally got the chance to give him that call. And I called him. And I said, "Daddy, you ain't going to believe this shit. Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard recorded one of my songs." There was silence on the other end of the phone. And my dad said something, and I'll never forget it. He said, That was shortly before our falling out, as I call it. We didn't speak for 5 years. I wish I could get that 5 years back. I'm lucky that we got back together before he died. I do miss him. Well, the whole sky opens up and it rains down on my head. I show up at your door, all beat down, soaking wet. And I know you'll open up, and you'll let me walk right in. My come whatever unfair weather friend. If I find myself out lost on a lonely Friday night, and the songs aren't heading home, and the whiskey don't taste right, if your number's on my phone and you're on the other end, my come whatever unfair weather friend. Well, I might wind up stuck out on some old forgotten highway, and somehow you'd show up, and you'd sure enough be going my way. You're always there, right where you've always been. My come whatever unfair weather friend. Now, the first time that I ever heard the recording of this, I was on the bus with Willie Nelson, and Daddy would not have been proud of me. Well, I don't have to wonder where you'll be. I should need you. Yeah, all I have to do is close my eyes, and I can feel you. Yeah, you're always there, right where you've always been. Well, sometimes this old world is my worst enemy. Oh, but I know where to run when it gets to me. No one else but you can make it all make sense. I come whatever unfair weather friend. My come whatever unfair weather friend. I'm going to have a drink of water. You know, the week before Merle Haggard died, he chose all the music for his funeral because he's Merle fucking Haggard and the baddest ass that ever lived, and he chose that to be played at his funeral. Yeah, it's weird to think that. It's sad, but man, that's cool. It is not, however, of all the songs, and there's not been a ton of them, I don't want to sound like that, but of all the songs that I've written with people and they've recorded, or that I've written and other people have recorded, that's not my favorite one to listen to. It's my favorite one to talk about, because everybody knows who the fuck Willie Nelson is. I call it my airplane song, that people go, hey, what do you do? I'm like, well, I'm a songwriter. They go, oh, anything I've heard? Fuck. I don't know what you've heard. Fucking people hate people. Y'all are alright though. This is my favorite one to listen to. I wrote this song with my friend Paul Cawthon. Hey, y'all want to hear a good Paul Cawthon story? When I met Paul Cawthon on that tour, I absolutely could not fucking stand that guy. He was insane. He is insane. He's insane. If you've seen him on stage, you know that shit he does that on stage? He does that when he like gets up to go get a cup of coffee. Like he is like this bigger than life. Like I thought it was all bullshit when I met him, but it wasn't. That's really who that guy is. And I hated him. I couldn't stand. I thought he was going to end up getting us all killed on that tour. And then one day I woke up and I loved him. Like it's weird. I just fucking love that guy. But he asked me to be a groomsman in his wedding. And I was down in Hondo, Texas. Y'all ever heard of Hondo, Texas? Really? Because I'd never heard of it. And there were like only 20 people that lived there. And then I thought, why the fuck would Paul have a destination wedding in Hondo, Texas? But he did. And we were standing out in the desert. And speaking of that tour that I was just telling y'all about, he goes, hey man, remember when that dude sucker punched me in Sacramento? I said, yeah, Paul. You remember kissing his girlfriend? He said, yeah. It wasn't his girlfriend. It was his wife. And she kissed me. Shake off the rain, back on my feet again. But it when I prayed for rain, I prayed for rain. Wells running dry, hell so damn high. Won't give up this time, not this time. 'Cause all my friends, we were born survivors. And every time I close my eyes, I'm dreaming about tomorrow. You know some things will never change. I think about it when I pray for rain. Will rain turn to hell, cold, dark and pale. Yes, I feel, oh, I feel. Will sunsets twilight of the ground? No one will lonely bring us down, bring us down. Yes, all my friends, we were born survivors. And every time I close my eyes, I'm dreaming about tomorrow. You know some things will never change. I think about it when I pray for rain. Oh, some things will never change. I think about it when I pray for rain. I pray for rain. Well, shake off the pain, I'm back on my feet again. But when I pray for rain, I pray for rain. And it's never too late, they'll have to wait. It won't be me today, no, not today. Well, 'cause all my friends, we were both survivors. And every time I close my eyes, I'm dreaming about tomorrow. You know some things will never change. I think about it when I pray for rain. Oh, some things will never change. I think about it when I pray for rain. Yes, all my friends, you both survivors. And every time I close my eyes, dreaming about tomorrow. I'm not looking at my watch because I'm bored or I want it to be over. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna take a little break. And you guys can mill around and drink, smoke joints outside. They don't mind.
Exactly.
Listen, I was in New York City last week. I saw like worst shit in New York City I've ever seen. Portland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Been there about 10 times.
I'm gonna do a new one. I've got a little record coming out next week. I hate it. I hate it. When I recorded it, it's a live record I recorded at an old bordello in Key West where Ernest Hemingway used to go. And so I went down there because I was in a real miserable marriage, as it were. And I went down there to get the fuck away from it, her, and whatever else I could. And I thought I'd record a record, and I thought that would be a creative whatever, make me feel better. It didn't, and what's even worse is I could tell watching it how miserable I was. Y'all might not be able to tell. But I can fake it pretty well. I can. Better when I don't drink. But this is one of the songs that's going to be on there. It's going to be on my next full studio record as well. This is a real fucking uplifting song. Well, I slide right in my good jeans. I tuck my shirt tail in. Then I shine my shoes to mirrors. I brush and floss my green. But I won't go out looking for a good time. Just a stool with a bottle and a bar. But I'll put myself together just to tear myself apart. The thing I hate about whiskey is it dwindles till it's gone. So I always keep an extra bottle just in case I make it home. But I'm all set to sit down at that table and drink until I black out in the dark. But I'll keep myself together just to tear myself apart. And I know that I'll hate myself tomorrow. And I wish I hadn't hit this shit so hard. But I'll pull myself together just to tear myself apart. And I'll keep myself together just to tear myself apart. No, you're all right. I was wondering, I was like, I don't know what sounds like that.
That was my bad.
Your hat. covering up my lady. I'm gonna tune again real quick for you fine people. Oh man. I've got a lot of funny stories. I could be telling one right now. Most of my downtime is pretty sad, as it were. These are the happy times. I'm just kidding, Mike. I've got a really good life. I'm awesome. I'm like the luckiest dude I know.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, well, one of my ex-wives, we were arguing about something last week. She told me I was projecting. I said, Rachel, I have the fucking best life of anybody I know. Have you seen my Jeep?
Yeah.
She's still mean to me. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. Because of what I did. I'm gonna do this one. This is one, I wrote this, I started writing this with my friends Clint Park and Greg Jones. We were writing about Cody, about Jinx. But I've had like a really interesting perspective with that guy. I've kind of always been just backstage watching. You know, we write a lot of those songs together, and I've gotten to see his star rise, and it's very cool. It's very cool to get to see that. But I get to see both sides because I'm so close to him. I get to see the part where he doesn't, you know, he can't go to the fucking grocery store because, hey, you Cody Jinx. We were in Dallas. We had just done a Christmas show, he and I and Paul, and there was an after party at this bar where Cody used to play called Saloon, and word had gotten out that there was going to be an after party there, and so when we got there, there was 500 people wanting to get in, and we got out of the car, and I was standing behind Cody. I saw him look up and see those people, and his whole body, he's a little guy, and his whole body just shrunk into this little ball. Man, he just wanted to hide. I felt, it was the first time I went, man, poor guy. This fucking Rolex and got poor fella. Well, I feel their eyes upon me. Walk across the room, I can hear them all whisper in my name. So I tuck in my shoulders, and I hide the best I can. This all happened so fast I can't explain. But if I had to, well, I'd tell them all I really ain't that special. Then I'd cry and yell, leave me the hell alone. Then I hate it that I have to try and be cool all the time. I'm just a guy with a wounded mind. Well, I put on my costume and I put on my show. It's the only way a jester stays alive. Cause all they see is glitter, and all they hear are rhymes. And if I could find a new way to survive, yeah, I'd be glad to. Just tell them all I really ain't that special. Then I cry and yell, Yeah, I have to try and be cool all the time. I'm just a guy with a wounded mind. I'm just a guy. I just saw some really fucking awesome manners. That was, thank you. Thank you. Y'all see that?
Yes.
Y'all see that? Ladies, thank you. That's fucking awesome. I see a lot of rude people from up here, believe it or not. Oh yeah, I throw them out. I have to try to make them feel stupid first. It's time to move on. It's time to get going. What lies ahead? I got no way to go. All that under my feet, baby. The grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. Time to get going. Broken skyline. Moving through the airport. She's an honest defector, conscientious objector, now her own protector. Well, broken skyline, which way to love land? Which way to something better? Which way to forget? Which way do we go? It's time to get going. What lies ahead? I got nowhere to go. All under my feet, baby. The grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. Time to get going. Well, sometime later, getting my words wrong. Breaking up a dog fight like deer in the headlights. Frozen in real time. I'm losing my mind. It's time to move on. It's time to get going. What lies ahead? I got nowhere to go. All under my feet, baby. The grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. Time to get going. Yeah, yeah. Take it, Warren. I played this song for my dad one time, and he said, "Do you write that?" I said, "No, sir. Tom Petty wrote that." And he said, "Well, never heard of this Tom Petty fella, but he sure can write a song." What lies ahead? I got nowhere to go. All under my feet, baby. The grass is growing. Yeah, it's time to move on. time to move on. Time to get going. Thank you. I had it all figured out what I was going to play next. Oh, I do. I know what I'm going to play. Hey guys, y'all make sure and take care of your servers tonight. I'm going to tell you, I used to be a server. I used to work at Applebee's. I was fucking good at it too, man. I had people that would come in just for me to wait on and for delicious sirloin. But there was this one guy, man. I'm a little afraid to say his name, even though he's dead.
I saw it on Facebook.
You wouldn't know who he was even if I told you. But man, I was a young songwriter. I just moved there from Arkansas. I was waiting tables, and there was this one of these songwriters in town that I just fucking loved. Everything this guy wrote was amazing. Hit song after hit song after hit song. Alan Jackson, everybody. And he would come into Applebee's about 4 or 5 nights a week, generally when I was working, and just treat me like gum on his fucking shoe. He was awful to me because he knew I was a songwriter and that I worshiped him. And even to the point, eventually it got to the point where I went to my manager and I said, John, if that son of a bitch says one more word to me, I'm going to clock him in the fucking face and you're going to have to fire me to make sure I don't have to wait on him again. And he said, okay. But he was still such a great fucking songwriter. And when I was recording my record, he passed away a few years ago, he had cancer. But I was thinking of songs to record, and I just, man, I got to record this. Yeah. I love this song. I used to go back to my house, or back to my apartment, and think, why does he hate me? I would do anything to be him. I love him. He was a Soggy Bottom Boy, one of the actual voices of the Soggy Bottom Boys. He was a big fucking deal. I walked by him one day, he patted me on the gut and said, you ain't no star. Hold on, a couple hundred people in here that might disagree with that. But anyway, this is that song. I love this song. God rest his soul, I guess. Every Sunday in my mama's church, I'd sneak some money out of mama's purse. While she was praying, I'd slip away. Down at the pool hall, I'd play all day. I'd come home and she'd just shake her head. You're fluffing pillows on the devil's bed. I tell her, Mama, I know how you feel, and I made enough to cover all our bills. Too bad for heaven and too good for hell. Little wings are better than big tails. I don't expect to sit at God's right hand, but I could empty heaven's garbage cans. Oh, there's room on those golden streets. Stray dogs and alley cats like me. If they don't let me in the big front gate, maybe I could sneak in the back way. My little halo wouldn't shine so bright, but it would get me through the clouds at night. And I might not get to be the first to sing, or have the biggest set of wings, but I'll watch the little devils down on earth, and I'll follow them when they sneak out of church. Too bad for heaven and too dogs and alley cats. Stray dogs and alley cats like me. What a real hell of a thing to do that to a kid, you know? I just wanted to be my friend. He didn't fucking like me. Fuck you. And I do. I put this on Facebook the other night. I don't know where he is. Let's all hope for the best. But wherever he is, I hope he hears it. I hope he don't like it. And depending on where he is, he might have to hear it forever if he doesn't like it. Oh, it's fine, Lord. Get over it. Don't be so petty. Oh, I'm gonna sing a petty song. Not petty. This is my latest divorce issue. It's gonna be on the new record as well. Well, I can turn that bottle over, and I can pour it in a glass. Throw away 3 years of sober, stay drunk off my ass. Lord knows I won't regret it. It won't kill me to try. What a downright awful, stupid, beautiful lie. And I can fall back in with the devil, and I won't go down in flames. Give in to what feels right tonight. That'll set right everything. And go back to who I used to be. Who don't love that guy? What a downright awful, stupid, beautiful lie. Well, I can take her up on her offer. It feel good to tell her yes. Maybe this time I can stop her from turning my life into a mess. And I bet that she'd be different. She won't claw out my eyes. What a downright awful, stupid, beautiful lie. And I can fall back in with the devil, and I won't go down in flames. Give in to what feels right tonight. That'll set right everything. And go back to who I used to be. Who don't love that guy? What a downright awful, stupid, beautiful lie. Yeah, and I can fall back in with the devil, and I won't go down in flames. Give in to what feels right tonight. That'll set right everything. And go back to who I used to be. Who don't love that guy? What a downright awful, stupid, beautiful lie. I learned all my lessons. No way I'll backslide. What a downright awful, stupid, beautiful lie. Thank you. Somebody got really mad at me last night because I didn't play this one, so I better fucking play it. Well, I gotta say, man, it's like with everything that I've done with Cody and which, you know, that's just kind of part of it. I'm fucking really proud of those songs. I love playing them. And then I've got all my other songs. I finally got into a point in my career where I just can't play all of them, and that fucking feels pretty good. Because I remember what I felt like no shit, man. I remember what I felt like when I wrote this. I'm running out of places to hide. I'm running out of money to buy. Smoking Jack and Coke to fix my nerve. And I'm running out of lessons to learn. Till I'm all out of bridges to burn. And I'm starting to think, getting what I deserve. 15 years in a 10-year town, chasing a dream that I never found. Guitar swinging and singing the blues, living on crumbs, running on keys. It's cold and old and lonely as it sounds. 15 years in a 10-year town. Well, I'm running out of friends I can call. By now they've all heard it all. Yeah, too damn long. I told them I'm breaking in. Well, now I'm all out of reason to stay, but I'm so damn afraid if I run anyway. Go on, let hear my songs again. 15 years in a 10-year town, chasing a dream that I never found. Guitar swinging and singing the blues, yeah, living on crumbs and running on fumes. It's cold and old, it lonely as it sounds. 15 years in a 10-year town, yeah. Well, 15 years in a 10-year town, there's too many people I can't let down. So guitar swinging and singing the blues is bound to pay off here any day, son. But it's cold and old and lonely as it sounds. When you're 15 years in a 10-year town. Thank y'all. I'm gonna do one more. I ran a little long. I'm having a really fucking great time. I'm gonna do one more, and then we're all gonna take a break or whatever. You'll stay as long as I want to play. Well, my flight doesn't leave till 8, so okay. I talk about my friend Cody a lot because we have worked together, and man, this guy, when he started hitting, man, he just he wanted to help. He felt guilty for being successful, so he kind of brought all of his friends with him. And I don't know if you've noticed that about the guy, but when you go to a Cody Jinks show, 9 times out of 10, the guy opening for him was an argument with a booking agent. You know, like, I don't care if they're my friends and they're opening. That's kind of how it is with him. And he's just a fucking great guy. And he invited me to go on tour with him last year. We did an acoustic tour. And every night, I was working on my new record then, and I'd written this, and I played this every night of the tour. Every night of the tour, I could see his little sunglasses peeking over at me when I played it. I knew he wanted it. One night he's like, "Hey man, what is that?" I'm like, "Found?" I was like, "Ah, you don't want that, man." time for his record. I didn't feel like fucking writing a new one, so I just let him have it. Now I'm so tickled. This is a new single on Cody's record. It's one of mine. Can't find the silver lining in the clouds above my head. Keep waiting for the sun to shine, but the lightning ain't done striking yet. All the answers lead to questions, all the questions lead me astray. Fingers pointing in all directions, I bet they don't know the way. Preacher says that I'll find it in a Bible. Doctor says that it's in this pill. Bad guy trying to find it at the bottom of a bottle from a pot of Jack Daniels. Still, how far can a road keep going? Hold on down. How lost is a sinner like me? It's gonna have to be before it gets found. You and me to hit rock bottom. You and me to sell my soul. 'Cause I've given it all I've got, and all I've got is out of control. Preacher says that I'm Doctor says that it's in this pill. Bad guy trying to find it at the bottom of the bottle from a cup of Jack Daniels. Still, how far can a road keep going? How deep can I hold on down? How lost is a sinner like me? Gonna have to be before I get this found, yeah. Take a little break, guys.
How are you?